So today, Jesus is sharing what's at stake for being right and how relevant this is. We see a clip from the internet, or we watch a documentary bit in a certain way, or we listen to a podcast or a TED talk, and suddenly we become the self proclaimed experts. We have this need to be right. Jesus responds by telling a story about two sons and a father. The younger son tried to be right, and he ended up falling into famine. And who among us doesn't know famine? Famine can look like being deprived of food or water or home. Famine can look like being drained of joy, falling into depression, or back to addiction. It can take the form of knowing true desperation. When famine hits, we become desperate for life and we take whatever we can find. The scraps of life become so appetizing. Jesus shares of God's full love, the kind of love that most of us aren't ready to hear about, much less believe in. The kind of love that goes beyond being right or being wrong, that simply just loves. And that's exactly what the Father did. The Father wasn't worried about being right, he was far more concerned with loving his Son. Are we ever so concerned with loving others that we toss out our need to be right? The older brother is here in this story for every person who's ever stayed. Noble, yes, but that doesn't make us right. Besides, being the one that's always right can eat us alive. So we have to make a decision: be right or grow. We live in a world where there's a suspicion of growth. We don't listen to experts because we have our own facts. We won't trust authority because we have our own truth. We silence and box in those that are different because their experiences don't match life as we understand it. Time and time and time again, how many of us choose being right over growth? Jesus shows us here today, and he says growth is far more important than being right. Even when the growth is hard, when the growth doesn't make sense, when the growth requires change, instead of being right, can we choose growth?